Valemount, British Columbia. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, welcome into your rodeo arena. Your grand entry for day number 2, packing that Canadian flag, Arena Siemens from Valemount, Alberta. Your British Columbia flag, your hometown cowgirl, Kelsey Griffin. Alberta flag, Abby Robinson. D&B Rodeo, Barton McDonald. Valemount, Kelsey Griffin. And the BC flag, Courtney Robinson. Grand entry for 2018, day number 2. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to take the opportunity to introduce to you the fine folks that make this rodeo run so smoothly each and every year. At this time, ladies and gentlemen, I'd like to introduce to you Mr. Bob and Lorna Griffin. Without their hard work, their dedication, the rodeo would not be possible here this weekend right here from Valemount. Bob and Lorna Griffin. Your stock contractors, ladies and gentlemen, from Silver Creek, British Columbia, bringing some of the finest bucking animals you'll see in your rodeo arena here this afternoon. From D&B Rodeo Stock, Dale DeJunker and Barbie McDonald. Supplying the Big D mini buckers here this weekend, those little miniature bucket horses from out of Peace River, Alberta, out of the Grimshaw country. Mr. Denver Leach and his father Scott Leach from out of Grimshaw, Alberta. Your pickup men this afternoon, two cowboys, ladies and gentlemen, mounted up, trying to save cowboys during the saddle bronc riding event today in the mini bareback. First cowboy from out of Peace River, Alberta, Mr. Bill Foster. Working side by side with him, ladies and gentlemen, a long-time cowboy from Manitoba, made the move to British Columbia, now back to Saskatchewan. We welcome Mr. Darcy Smith. They're bullfighters this afternoon, too, and cowboys putting their lives on the line to save cowboys in the mini buckers and in the bull riding events. Ladies and gentlemen, the first cowboy from out of Merritt, British Columbia. We welcome Wyatt Rupert. Working side by side with him, the young man in orange, all the way from Fort St. John, with Mr. Dane Zepp. Your rodeo judges this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, a long-time rodeo judge, the sexy senior himself from out of Langley, BC, Mr. Keith Rogers. The young man is working side by side with him, a young cowboy kind of wet behind the ears, yet still from many years ago, a saddle bronc champion many times over from out of Chase, British Columbia, the smiling cowboy himself, Mr. Joe Bladley. The rodeo secretary down in that rodeo office doing a superb job for us here this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. We thank Tanya Lama from out of Cache Creek up here in the announcer's booth with me, your timers this weekend. Leanne Lama and Brooke Dahl from out of the Cache Creek country. And at this time, ladies and gentlemen, we ask you please all rise for our national anthem. We have a few things to say after that, and then a cowboy's prayer. Ladies and gentlemen, please remain standing at this time. This rodeo this weekend, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to dedicate to 3 cowboys. The first cowboy, long-time community member right here from out of Valemount. Spent a lot of time behind the scenes, helping out in the stripping shoots. You'll see his daughter in action later on today in barrel racing. I would like to thank Mr. John Brown, who lost his life earlier this season. We'll be thinking of him this afternoon. Our next cowboy we'll be thinking of this afternoon and dedicating this rodeo to will be Tony Perizzi. Tony was a long-time resident here in Valemount, spent a lot of time in the mountains, guiding horses, people on horseback through the mountains, and then in the wintertime, guiding those adventurous enough to take the high country snowmobile trips. And the pack horse race is an event that Tony started here, right here at Valemount. We appreciate all the effort he's done, and that pack horse race will be dedicated to him as this rodeo this afternoon. The third young one, ladies and gentlemen, the one that has hit us all very hard in the rodeo community, is the young mini bronc rider, competing with all these young cowboys that you're going to see here this afternoon. The young Reed Churchill up in Canoe, Alberta, a young cowboy lost his life at 11 years of age, and that's the young man we're thinking of this afternoon. We all ask you please remain standing. We'll have a moment of silence. And that moment of silence will be broke by a little young lady that's also competing today in the bareback bronc riding from out of St. Gudu, Alberta. Mariana Tannhauser will be saying the Cowboys' prayer.
Our Heavenly Father, we pause at this time, mindful of the many blessings you have bestowed upon us. We ask, Lord, that you will be with us in the arena of life. We ask as cowboys, do not ask for special favors. We don't ask to draw around the shoot fighting horse, the steer that won't lay, or to never break the barrier. We don't even ask for all daylight runs. We do ask, Lord, that you will help us live our lives here on earth as cowboys in such a manner that when we make that last inevitable ride to the country up there where the grass grows lush green and stirrup high, and the water runs cool, clear, and deep, that will take us by the hand and say, welcome to heaven, cowboy, your entry fees are paid. That is for me.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you all very much. And now we get ready to rodeo here this weekend. It's day number 2 of rodeo action.
Stomping on a honky-tonk floor. All the race on what I'm talking about, and everybody's around and talking about shake a wow wow.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, we go down to the bucking chutes for the first section of the mini bareback bronc riding. In this section, we have the peewees and the junior bareback bronc riders. And these youngsters, ladies and gentlemen, are ages 6 to 8 in the peewees, and the ages 9 to 11 is young cowboys and cowgirls. 8 to 11 is the second group of young cowboys and cowgirls competing in a rodeo this weekend. It's nothing but non-stop rodeo action for these young cowboys and cowgirls. In this section of the bareback bronc riding brought to you, ladies and gentlemen, this weekend, these youngsters are riding for 6 seconds. The peewees are 6 to 8 years of old. The juniors are 9 to 11. As we get ourselves set up, the judges' judgment 1 to 25. Who's the first cowboy, guys? Elam Potlock will be the first cowboy to go this afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Elam Potlock in the peewee division, 6 to 8 years of age. These youngsters, ladies and gentlemen, in the peewee division of the mini bronc riding. A lot of these cowboys and cowgirls riding here this weekend, hoping to make the Canadian Cup held in Settler, Alberta. Give them a big round of applause for young Elam, ladies and gentlemen. Elam down Cowboy. I'll be getting ready for a whole lot more rodeo action this afternoon down in your rodeo arena. The little mini buckers brought to you by Big D Mini Buckers from out of Grimshaw, Alberta. The young Noah Sisson down at shooting number 2. That's where the action is for the young Cowboy, Noah Sisson. And he's got himself that horse they call Red Rabbit. Off the head to the outside, Noah Sisson riding Cowboy ride.
He said you better call the doctor, cause I think I got the rockin' boogie woogie feeling country blues. Ready if you wanna play this a fiddle, I'm gonna tell you right from the start. You better play me some low down, hold down, honkin'. I don't wanna hear no funeral march. It's got
Give him a big round of applause. Ladies and gentlemen, Noah Sisson, he was the champion yesterday afternoon in the bareback bronc ride. It'll be young Ariana Townhauser, the next cowgirl. She is a youngster entered up in the Pee Wee division. So far, no qualified rides in the Pee Wees. This is young Ariana Townhauser, all the way from out of San Guido, Alberta, to be a young champion. The only young lady riding bareback horses today. And our rodeo judges yesterday were busy tabulating scores. There's a young Ariana hoping to be the young lady to make the first qualified ride of the mini buckers here this afternoon. We had a great showing yesterday. There's a lot of folks for the first time they've seen these youngsters in action riding mini bucket horses. Young Ariana, she's doing tough cowgirl. Give her a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Ariana Townhauser down on the ground. So far, no qualifiers in the mini bareback riding today. We get ready down and we head down to the next bucker in the mini bucket riding this afternoon. The Cowboy to ride this afternoon down at chute number 5. That's where it's going to come alive. Get your cameras ready, ladies and gentlemen, for this young Cowboy to show you what he can do. And a great big thank you to our sponsors this weekend, Best Western, Plus, Ride on the Tide, Ride Young Toe down on the ground. Rule Markerson and give him a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Taking a hard landing for that young man. Give him a big round of applause this afternoon for that Cowboy. He's Cowboy tough. Cowboy through and through for that young man. So far, no qualified rides in this section of the mini buckers. The next Cowboy to go, we go Flanagan Falls out of the Fort St. John country, actually up north of Montney. He's my young son, this young man. He had himself his first qualified ride yesterday afternoon in the mini barebacks. He's here today, ladies and gentlemen, hoping to be the second time in his rodeo history to make a bareback bronc ride. You know, this young man riding left-handed, well, in his right hand, he packs a rock. And that rock came to his attention by rodeo judge Joe Bliley. Bliley will have the habit of grabbing 2 hands when he was riding bucket horses. Joe took him aside and said, you know what, if you hang on to a rock, you can't grab that handle and get that double grab. Well, he took that advice and it paid off yesterday when he got himself his first qualified ride. He's down at chute number 1 this afternoon for Latigo Baldry. As he gets himself set up and ready to go here this afternoon. Traveling a long distance to be the champion this afternoon. Got his hand in the air, getting set up and ready to go. Took some advice yesterday afternoon for our pickup man, Darcy Smith. Spent a little bit of time helping this Cowboy with how to hold his feet and be a bareback bronc rider. Well, we're about to see what he learned over the night. As he's here today to try to make his second career qualified ride. Here comes the superhero himself, Darcy Smith, down there to give a few encouraging words. Our pickup man, and a Cowboy spent some time giving some advice. Oh, the head's it outside, like a bowling ride, Cowboy ride. In a little bit of trouble, give him a big round of applause. Reach down to that free hand. That's going to cost him this afternoon. Down on the ground. Give him a big round of applause for our mini buckers here. You're going to see a lot more mini buckers later on this afternoon as we get ourselves set up and ready to go with the first section of the saddle bronc riding. In this section of the saddle bronc riding, we have 4 Cowboys to ride bucket horses. You come down here to Valemount, you got the scenery in the background, great people to be with, and you can get up close and personal and see how it's done. Get something about the outside. Robert Darcy Smith going in to get that cowboy safely to the ground. He's judged a 1 to 25 on the bucket kicking action of that horse, and a 1 to 25 on his riding ability. Jeff Wabnager, cowboy, be proud of the judges down in his score. And we come back to you with some more rodeo action here this afternoon. A 64 for Mr. Wabnager, a 64 for Chance Wabnager. And he is a cowboy to be watching, ladies and gentlemen, and a name to be remembered. In a few years, you'll see him at the Calgary Stampede, ride up cowboy. Give him a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, Ryan Spur Reed. And another qualified ride for that young man here this afternoon. And Dave Enderud ready to ride. Ready to be number one today, ladies and gentlemen, when all we need is your hooting and hollering, your screaming, your yelling, helping a cowboy ride for 8 seconds. Give a hand, ladies and gentlemen, the flank shot come off the back of that bucket horse. And it's going to be up to the judge's decision what they're going to do with that cowboy. They do some tabulations for Dave Enderud. They're hollering re-ride. Judges, what are you saying? You got to do some talking. If you don't agree with a judge at any time, you can hoot, you can holler, you can shout, you can boo. We got it all happening. 54 with the option of a re-ride, Dave Enderud. What are you going to say, cowboy? Crowd, what should he do you think? The crowd says re-ride, Dave Enderud. What are you saying, cowboy? He's saying no? You're going to take that re-ride or you're going to take the 54? Going to keep the 54 score and not take the re-ride. He's also been a season leader in the saddle bronc riding and a final champion. This season he's number 2 in the standings. He wants to be number 1 here. Christoph Mugg. Give him a big round of applause, and that horse, all business with all business, making that cowboy be a cowboy. When you get a horse ducking and diving and that, you've got to be 100% saddle bronc rider and 100% cowboy is what it takes to ride a saddle bronc like that. Not often you see that young man throw him to the ground. Well, this is the second time in 2 weekends that young cowboy's been thrown down to the ground and no score. And the champion from yesterday afternoon, welcome you to your hometown cowgirl right here in your arena. Kelsey Griffin will be the next cowgirl to go, ladies and gentlemen. Kelsey Griffin. She is the next cowgirl. In a hometown cowgirl now residing in Canoe, Alberta. Getting married next weekend, this young lady. Charging in the barrel, number 1, left-hand turn on 1 to the far side for number 2. Nice right turn to 2 toward the announcing booth at number 3. Kelsey Griffin makes that turn. Give her a big round of applause as she heads it on home this afternoon. And we're running down a 15-175. A 15-175 the running time. Jolene Sykes from Stamrock. This young lady, ladies and gentlemen, 9-time Canadian final qualifier. 8-time Canadian Calgary Stampede qualifier. 2004 Canadian Pro Rodeo Rookie of the Year. 2006 season leader for the Canadian Pro Rodeo. She was also the very first lady in Canada to win the $100,000 round on the world famous Calgary Stampede. Jolene Sykes, head home, go, hang on, cowgirl. Give her a big round of applause. One tough cowgirl, ladies and gentlemen. Give her a big round of applause. That lady, ladies and gentlemen, one of the most renowned Canadian cowgirls in barrel racing that you will ever see in your rodeo arena. Dana Foster out of Clearwater will be the next cowgirl to go here this afternoon. Traveling a little ways to be here, just down the road to south of us. She's here today to be the champion. Dana Foster is the cowgirl. How about Payne horse ready to go, charging into your rodeo arena from barrel number 1. That cloverleaf shake out of the right hand turn around 1 is what she's looking at. Nice turn on 1 across towards the grandstand, then number 2. Payne horse working well, digging in deep into the ground as she heads into that third barrel. Give a big round of applause, Dana Foster. For the running time today of 17:3:04. This young cowgirl does it all. She does a little bit of roping, does a whole lot of barrel racing. She's also been known to be a rodeo judge as well. This is Lorena Stevens, this lovely young lady from out of the Disaster country. Come charging into barrel number 1 of that good bay horse. Looking towards the grandstand for number 2. Nice left turn on 2. Arena pours on a little bit of steam, a little overdrive going into the number 3 barrel. In the drive for home with all on. Give her a big round of applause, Arena Stevens. For the running time of 16:3:09. This young lady, ladies and gentlemen, has a fast horse under her and a horse that knows how to get the job done. Daphne Stanky charging in hard for barrel number 1. A nice turn on 1 across that arena. For number 2 is Chestnut Mare working well for her here this afternoon. Down to the bucket shoots for number 3. Give a big round of applause. Daphne Stanky charging home. For the running time today of a 16:070. 070, and the very first lady in Canada to win the $100,000 round. The first time they had $100,000 happening at the Calgary Stampede. This lady on her own horse, guy who is currently retired from barrel racing. She won that event and made Canada proud and British Columbia proud as well. So the Jolene Cycle 7 charging around barrel number 1, the good gray horse looking to the far side for barrel number 2. Nice tight turn on 2. Jolene charges down for the number 3 barrel. We give her a big round of applause as she heads on home with the 3rd barrel. Jolene Sykes for the running time today of a 15:880. Melanie Brown. Melanie Brown, the young cowgirl on the good black horse looking hard for number 1, a hometown lady. Makes the right hand turn on 1 across that rodeo arena for barrel number 2. Got a good run happening, looking for the number 3 barrel. Give her a big round of applause and you charge it home from Melanie Brown. For the running time today of 16:443, or 16:443 the running time. This young lady right here, ladies and gentlemen, Jessica Steffens, the Clearwater. Jessica Steffens, Clearwater cowgirl. I'm looking at barrel number 1. Nice left-hand turn on 1 to the far side. You can't get any closer than that to a barrel unless she comes into the number 3 barrel. Good gray horse working well for her. Give her a big round of applause. The big Luke Rose Gray working well. He can run a set of barrels with a running time today in the 16:047. 16:047. Charging in, looking on barrel number 1, the Bay Road horses. Making the right hand turn on number 1 towards the far side of that arena for barrel number 2. And Astor's got a good run happening down to the number 3 barrel. And give her a big round of applause as Astor charges on home this afternoon. For the running time, we get the top one, the running time of a 20.05. Other caller will go into the gentleman. Kendra Byers will be the next one to go. Kendra Byers, she is the last and final junior before we go down back to the bucket shoot. 4 of the sound wrong riding this last and final barrel racer in this section of barrel racing. There's Kendra Byers in the junior barrel racing event. Kendra out in the round number 1. The big Sun horse got it figured out towards the number 2. This is the type of horse with a lot of leg power, a lot of drive and over steam to come charging out of the number 3 barrel. The horse has the potential to have a lot of speed going home. Look at the legs of that horse. Open her up and head her home, cowgirl. Kendra Byers with the running time today of a 21.645 and 21.645. It is her birthday today as well, ladies and gentlemen. She's 16 years of age. Give her a big happy birthday. That young lady, Kendra Byers. We get it ready for some more Saddle Rock riding action till this afternoon. How are you folks enjoying the show today? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we enjoy a happy match today.
Another summer on hours out, well that's alright. We'll make a look my mother's eye. Don't wonder why I call her grandma.
Give them a big round of applause and Christoph for that horse, Cowboy. She has one nigger nods his head to the outside.
Her baby's letting down their hair. As long as we're together, it don't matter where. Ain't got a lot of money, but just don't care.
Give them a big round of applause, Cowboys and Cowgirls. Yes, one nigger kind of got this closed out in the arena. Clothes flying, saddle rock horses heading across the arena. Give them a big round of applause. As that is not what the Cowboy had in mind today, getting on one of the big D buckets, the C&D rodeo bucking horses. But the idea is when you're a saddle bronc rider, you've got to have your spurs up in the neck of that bucking horse in order to get him the first jump out, to get him to buck hard. Otherwise, he's going to just hop across that arena.
They were looking, trying to book him, but my pappy kept on cooking.
Quite nice. Give a big round of applause for the Cowboy this afternoon. Ryan Spur Reed, he can hear you loud and he can hear you clear. A hard way to make it land. He's hollering, he's all good. Give him a big round of applause. That is what you call Cowboy tough. Boots flying, Cowboys dragging, and he's got a big grin on his face, and you're going to see that man later on in the bull riding. Shoot 6 is where the action is for the Cowboy Dave Enderud. All the way from Montebello over on the west coast. That's where we all were last weekend. A great place to go if you enjoy rodeo, you enjoy fishing, and you enjoy great scenery. Head on over to Bella Coola. That's where Bob Griffin's going to meet us all next year. He doesn't want to admit it, but he's going to take that drive down that windy road. Going to blindfold his lovely wife.
It's a casino to erase my sweet red wine. And I see a truck stop sign.
That's what you call tough luck there for Dave Enderud. But Rodeo judges Joe Bliley, Keith Rogers, both down there making sure the Cowboy gets a fair shake in saddle bronc riding. If he's too hard to handle, you put your kids on him and let him lead him around for the afternoon. What are you saying, Joe Bliley? Down on the ground, they say, and no score. Dave Enderud bucked off, no score this afternoon. Give him a big round of applause. Hold that Cowboy. You still have Ryan Spur Reed. You're going to see him later on a re-ride horse as we get ourselves set and ready for the Big D Mini Buckers section of the senior division. These young horses you see in action belong to this young man and his father, Scott Leach, behind the bucket chutes, and this young kid is one superstar. He can spur a bucket horse as well, if not better, than most of our seniors here in action. Christoph Muse is a bareback rider, so come on, Christoph, get up close and personal. That's right. And see how this kid spurs a bareback horse. This kid is only 12 years of age, but this is the man you want to be watching out for in a little while.
Well, we're here at the Big 4 Rodeo here at Canoe Mountain Rodeo Grounds in Valemount, and we're here with Scott and Denver Leach of Big D Mini, can you say that again for me?
Big D Mini Buckers.
Mini Buckers. So this is a new event for this year. Can you tell us what it is?
Bob Griffiths had asked us to come down here with the mini ponies. We've been bucking mini ponies for several years in Alberta, and he invited us to bring them down here this weekend, so we made the 9-hour trip to come to Valemount and buck some horses.
Well, I understand it was really popular yesterday. What age groups are riding these horses?
There's 3 age groups here, actually 4 age groups here riding. The Pee-wees are 6 to 8, the juniors are 9 to 11, the seniors are 12 to 14, and the novice kids are 15 to 17. So there's 4 age groups competing here.
Okay, lots of fun. So Denver, I understand these are your horses. That must be a lot of fun. How did that happen?
Just got into it, having a lot of fun, and just kind of became a really big event, and everybody wants them now.
Do you ride yourself?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you riding today?
Yes.
Nice. So for those who want to get into it, how does someone, younger age, how do they get started in this event?
There's actually lots of information on the social media, but if they go into Facebook, the Big D Mini Buckers, we're pretty easy to get a hold of on there. We have a bag full of equipment for kids. We got spare riggings and vests and whatnot. So they basically need a helmet, a mouth guard, and some boots and a pair of jeans, and they can come and we can get them on some appropriate horses and try and get them started.
And so, like the adults, are there different levels of horses? Are some of them more bucking than others? And
yeah, we have lots of different levels of horses. We got just some ones that'll just kind of more or less run out there with the younger kids or the smaller kids and just try and get them used to what's going to go on. And we have some more advanced ones that the older or more experienced kids ride. There's quite a variety of horses here.
So do they draw for them like the big guys?
Yeah, we have a draw for each age group that we do, and kind of split the age groups with the caliber of kids and horses, so we can get them on the appropriate stock and try and not get them hurt or keep them coming that way. Yeah.
So Denver, how old are you?
12.
So when did you get started riding minis?
7, I think.
Okay, tell me about that first time.
The funnest thing I've probably ever done.
Did you ride it or did you get thrown?
I think I got bucked off.
Okay, and how are you doing these days?
Pretty good. I won the senior section yesterday.
Okay. Now Brian Baldry was telling me there's a Canadian division or Canadian rankings for this. Is that right?
Yeah, it's a series that actually leads to the junior NFR in Vegas. That's it's on while the NFR is on in Las Vegas. So, we keep track of the kids' points throughout our series, and this is one of them. And the kids will compete at Canadian regional finals in September, where they have spots to Las Vegas where the kids will vie for.
That's really cool. Are you hoping to get in there?
Yeah.
That'd be awesome, not just for the Canadians, but for the national in Vegas. That'd be awesome.
Yeah, Denver's qualified for Vegas 3 years in a row. He's been down there to compete, and there's lots of opportunity for the kids to do this event, and to go to Las Vegas at 10 or 12 years old is a pretty big deal for them.
Yeah. What's that like?
Exciting, like one of the coolest things in the world.
Yeah. Do you have rodeo guys, bronc riders that you look up to?
Yeah, Tanner Young, Jake Vold, the professionals.
So do you hope to continue on and move up to the big boys?
Yeah.
Well, great. Well, thanks very much for coming to Valemount. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to be a lot of fun this afternoon. Looks like the weather's going to hold up for us, and have a great afternoon.
Yeah, thanks for having us.
Thank you.
He is the next cowboy to ride bucket horses. In crowd, we want you to come alive. This young cowboy is a superstar in the making. You're going to hear his name here in Valemount, and I'm betting in about 10 years you'll hear him at the national finals in the senior division of rodeo. This kid has a lot of potential. From out of Grimshaw, Alberta, we welcome Denver Leach. A good horse they call Bottle Rocket. Bottle Rocket was the name of the horse. Denver Leach, that young cowboy. Rodeo judges are tabulating scores. So that young cowboy, that young man is a force to be reckoned with. He's only 12 years of age, that cowboy, ladies and gentlemen. A 66-point ride, ladies and gentlemen. A 66 for Denver Leach. They're ready to go. This is Jarrett Cooper here this afternoon on a horse they call Energizer for the Big D Mini Buckers. Give a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. That young cowboy is a superstar in the making. It won't be very long before you see him at a Canadian final. That is young Jarrett Cooper riding like any superstar across that rodeo arena. Miller Time, the name of the bucket horse. The young cowboy himself is too young for a Miller Time, but ladies and gentlemen, salute the young cowboy when he gets ready to ride. These youngsters are 12 to 14 years of age in this division, our senior division. of the mini bucker was a young Tanner Churchill. Give him a hand, ladies and gentlemen. That's what you call heart and you call pride. Hanging right upside down on the back of that good bucking horse, and he wasn't about to give up. That is one tough cowboy. Here to ride bucking horses, and this is one tough youngster. This young man qualified 3 times for the Canadian Cup champion, the Edmonton Classic and Reserve champion. This man.
The sun comes up.
Give a hand, Logan Rasmussen. One tough cowboy. One of the toughest in the business. Heads up along the bucket chutes, guys. These bucking horses will run over top of you guys. Bill Foster, handyman with the rope in hand. I'd like to thank all the guys behind the scenes helping our youngsters out as well. The young Chase Siemens, shoot number 3 is where the action is for that young cowboy. The 67, they tell me, for Logan Rasmussen, puts him in the lead with a 67-point ride for that last young cowboy. Chase Siemens hits it outside. Give the big round of applause, Chase Siemens. You can hear you loud and clear in the nice ride, cowboy. For the young gentleman, man, to give that youngsters a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. That last group of youngsters, only 12 to 14 years of age. And the judges tabulated a score for that young man. That was Chase Seaman from out of Chetwynd, BC. A 73, and there is your champion in the senior division this afternoon. Chase Seaman with a 73-point ride. Ready to ride and be a champion today. His dad back there behind the chutes, his dad many times was a Canadian champion on the pro rodeo circuit for many years, helping this young man out to be a superstar as well. And Ryan Spur Reed getting himself ready down at chute number 5. That's where it's going to come alive. Big Jimmy, big time, the bucket horse. Dobbs hits it outside, crowd come alive.
In the end, it comes down to your thinking, and there's really nobody to argue.
Give him a big round of applause. Ryan Spur Reed kind of looking around going, what happened to the bucket horse I was sitting on? He was looking good, and all of a sudden, no horse and no score as a result. But ladies and gentlemen, that cowboy is still the champion with that 67-point ride. Give him a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for Ryan Spur Reed here this afternoon. This horse, ladies and gentlemen, came right here from Valemount. And they're trying him out as a good bucket horse today. The first time this horse has ever been used as a bucket horse. And ladies and gentlemen, that's what's so great about the sport of rodeo. This horse, ladies and gentlemen, throwing cowboys and cowgirls to the ground and a dude string. When you get a horse of this caliber, ladies and gentlemen, sometimes our rodeo contractors step forward and give them a home and a lasting place to stay and live out their lives. Almost like a horse rescue, but they put the horses to use in the rodeo string. As we get ready for Dave Enderud. Give him a hand, Dave Enderud, cowboy. Bring that horse to a standstill. Give him a big round of applause, Dave Enderud, doing it all for the enjoyment of being a saddle bronc rider. Give him a big round of applause. Give that bucket horse a hand as well. When Gord gives me the signal, we'll start you guys and get ready. All your march and go! And the pack horse races on. The idea is they must throw the pack saddles on, the panniers and all, and saddle up that horse in the fastest possible time. They then mount the saddle horse, grab the lead shank of the pack horse and come around the barrels in the fastest possible time here this afternoon. And then the pack horse race, ladies and gentlemen, gets fast and furious in this event. Yesterday we had a whole lot of excitement. That Appaloosa colored pack horse did not want the pack saddle in place, and it made them work for it a little bit. Needless to say, did a little bit of bucking and brought them back from being the first team to get around the barrel to the last team. When it comes to pack horse racing, ladies and gentlemen, the packing started in the pack horse industry many, many years ago in the Robson Valley. A lot of the tourists headed up into that country to check out the back country, and the only way in is either walk or take pack horses. And that's where you'll see a lot of these. Tony Parizzi, the founder of the pack horse race here in Valemount, ladies and gentlemen, for many, many years participated in the pack horse race. He founded this event, and this event this weekend is in memory of Tony. A lot of, even these days, ladies and gentlemen, a lot of hunters head up into the back country, into the mountains, taking pack horses to pack their food and supplies around the region, and it is a great pleasure to be with the pack horse string in the mountains. Less mess by man and very little waste left behind. We have our first team, the Pink Packers, already mounted on the saddle horse. All they have to do is put the tarp in place, tie the diamond hitch, and they'll be ready to go. Team Snow Farmers, all they got to do is throw the tarp on the top and the diamond hitches as well. The teams are all set up and ready to go here this afternoon. And following this event, we go down to the bucket chutes for the first section of the bull riding. All riders are mounted. Pink Packers making some final adjustments. Team Snow Farmers making some final adjustments as well. Stuart Ives, Katie Elliott down on the ground for the Team Snow Farmers. Down on the ground on the far side for the Pink Packers, it's Claire Brady and Karen McKinney getting them things all set up and ready to go. These pack horses they have, ladies and gentlemen, was bred by Tony Parizzi himself. This race is in memory of Tony. And it's going to get wild and western. Stuart Ives, you can ride that pack horse to give us a little bit of a show this afternoon. Hop on the top of that pack horse. And the Pink Packers are out on the board. They won the event yesterday. They're back today, making the turn around the barrel and back to the finish line. They got to make sure they have that diamond hitch in place. And here comes the Team Snow Farmers, going to be making the turn around the barrel. Stuart Ives, you should have been riding on the top of that back horse. Make it interesting. If you behave like, oh, there we go again. A whole lot of fun, and that's what makes it so interesting. With the pack horse race this afternoon. Stuart, you'd have had a good time on the back of that horse. Looking good. Your wife has insurance for you. Don't worry about that. As we get herself the tabulation, Gord Andrews, what are you going to say? The Pink Packers are winners again on day number 2. Give them a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Team Snow Farmers and Team Pink Packers in the pack horse race this afternoon.
Well, we're here with Jeremy Salamantic, who is with D&B Rodeo Stock Contractors. Jeremy, welcome back to Valemount.
Thank you very much, Michael. It's a privilege to be back here. Always exciting to come to the Canoe Mountain Rodeo grounds.
Well, let me start at the beginning. So, what does stock contractors do? What do you guys do?
So, stock contractor here is D&B Rodeo Stock, based out of Silver Creek, British Columbia, Canada, just outside of Salmon Arm. Dale and Barbie raise bucking horses and bucking bulls.
Okay. So, what do you do? What's your job here at the rodeo? What happens with stock contractor?
So, my job with the company is I am Dale's right-hand man. I make sure these horses and bulls behind me get water, feed, and then I hang the flanks and the halters on the fence, get them ready for Dale and Barbie. Whatever needs to be done, I'm Dale's right-hand man.
And how many horses and bulls do you guys have?
Total, there's, I want to say 20 bulls. Horses, there's 29, 30.
And how many events do you do around the province?
Boy, some years, you never know. It's this year our season started Easter weekend in a little place called Chapaka, just out of Karamias. And we go until 2 weeks from now in our lakes, so about 10 or 12 shows.
Wow. And so what are the challenges of working at a rodeo as a contractor?
You know what? It's myself and Dale and Barbie. We always have to be heads up. These bulls that we have here, they're quite ornery. Some of them will come at you, others won't. So horses, same thing. It's always have to be on our toes.
So what's the bull to watch this year?
The bull to watch here today is, if I were to guess, a bull that we call FBGM. He's the bull of the year from 2 years ago. He's a red bull with a bit of a white face, just a pet. At home, he's a bull we can go in the bullpen and pet him. So.
But when you let him out, he goes wild?
No, you know what? Coming out of the bucking chute, you're usually out 2 jumps and crank her up right there to the left or the right. It's an outstanding bucking bull.
Let's cover the topic that people who are not into rodeos always bring up, and that is that the animals are not treated well. And I know that that's not true. And can you tell me about how D&B looks after their stock?
So our animals, they get fed in the morning and at night before we eat, watered. Same thing. Same on the road here. Yesterday and Friday, I was with these animals from noon on Friday till late Friday night, 9:30, 10 o'clock. Yesterday from 6 in the morning till right now, I stayed about 10 feet away from where I'm standing, and so I was with the animals overnight and made sure everything was looked after. You know, these are pets as far as I'm concerned. At home, I will go out in the field and visit the horses every day. They're pets.
So they're real well looked after. When they're not doing their job, they're relaxing.
Absolutely, it's yeah. You know, it's again, they're Dale and Barbie and myself and our crew. We treat these animals with respect. Same with the animals treat us with respect. It's awesome animals, the best in the business.
Great. Well, nice to have you and D&B here again in Valemount for the Big 4 Rodeo, and we're looking forward to a great show.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Michael.
How many are here to cheer on the bull riders? How many ladies are here to check out the bull riders? Well, there you go, ladies and gentlemen. A whole lot of fun for everybody.
Welcome to the jungle. We'll take it day by day. If you want, you're gonna play by the brown prey, and you're a very sexy girl, very hot man. It takes a bright light, but you won't get there for free in the jungle. Welcome to the jungle.
Give them a big round of applause. First cowboy to ride at Bucking Bull here this afternoon, and the first cowboy throwing down to the ground, and no score for the young man. That was Tyler Antoine out of Clinton, BC. Well, the young gun said, you know what, Pops, watch out. I'm going to show you how to ride this good bull, Canadian Renegade, for an 8-second ride. And the crowd in Valemount is going to help this cowboy ride for 8 seconds. You're all going to come alive, you're going to hoot, you're going to holler. You're going to enjoy the show, you're going to let the young man know that he is here to be a champion. Give him a big round of applause, and that's what that ride is going to end it. 2 days in a row, that bull has gone unridden. Yesterday afternoon, that young man's father rode that bull. He got thrown down to the ground. Today, we've had 2 cowboys ride bulls. Today, 2 cowboys throwing down to the ground. Now we're down to Tristan Brackman, a young cowboy from out of Barrier, BC. And this young man has been on a winning streak for the last few weeks. 2 weeks ago, down in Brock Creek, day number 2 of Rodeo, he won that event with an 82-point ride. Yesterday afternoon, he was the only qualifier in the bull riding with a 74, took home all the cash. Chest out and look, refocus, young man. That's what it takes to be a superstar in this good bull. Nobody else has ever ridden this bull. Keith Rogers taking one of the safe spots out of the arena to watch this bull riding and be safe. Judges, safety is number one with all you cowboys out there. Give them a hand, ladies and gentlemen, and another victim to the good white bull frostbite. Thank you, Owen, for coming on in. It's greatly appreciated. That young man took a hard fall down to the ground right on the middle of his back. We thank our first aid attendants for being here on the ground. We appreciate them for being here. Hopefully you never ever have to use their services. We appreciate them for being here. Knocks the wind out of a young man. Give him a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, for Tristan Brackman, the young cowboy from out of Ferrier, BC, and you're going to see a lot more of that cowboy down the rodeo trail.
We're here with Owen Torgerson, who in addition to being a Village of Valemount councillor, is here today at the Canoe Mountain Big 4 Rodeo in the capacity as medic. So Owen, we saw you working on a lot of guys today, a lot of the cowboys coming off. What's your role? What are you doing when they come off?
First and foremost, after me, everybody is first. So I look out for my own safety. The bull has to be extracted from the rough stock have to be extracted from the rodeo arena prior for me to come in. I'm looking for physical distress mainly, and the other big one is signs of concussions.
You see them looking pretty loopy when they come off. So what kind of things do you check for?
I'm looking for alertness, memory recollection. I'm looking for pupil dilation, equal and on both sides. I'm looking at slurring. I'm looking at just signs of internal distress as well as I'm checking them over.
Right. And didn't seem to be too many serious injuries today. I wasn't here yesterday. What's the weekend been like?
I treated 13 people over the weekend, varying severities of injury. One of the things that the rodeo circuit has really adopted from a safety standpoint is the safety vests that the competitors are wearing, and those things are saving lung punctures, rib fractures, spinal implications. It is probably one of the best for safety innovation that the circuit has brought on.
Right. So in the old days, they weren't wearing that. They weren't wearing helmets. There were a lot more serious injuries, I imagine.
Absolutely. You know, some of these bulls are 2,400 pounds, even bigger. The horses aren't getting any smaller these days, and they're bred to buck. That's their.
And you see these kids now doing the mini broncs. Are they being okay? Are there any injuries for them?
You know, they bend a lot more than you and I do, but they take their job seriously, and athletes now are being more serious about their training. You know, you're not just seeing an old bull rider from the 50s. You're seeing athletes where they're working out daily. They're stretching. They're being the best physical and mental specimen they can be.
Great. Well, it sounds really good. They got the protective equipment. They're being more physically fit, and we got some great medical care. So thanks for being here and for helping out.
And thank you for being here. And, see you next year.
Okay, thanks.
Our next young man, ladies and gentlemen, go with Brady Smith. A young cowboy from out of Silver Creek will be the next man to go. His father, Darcy, out there on that bay horse, one of our pickup men this afternoon. Brady Smith is our cowboy ready to ride here, ladies and gentlemen, on Kale's Box 3. Brady Smith, the cowboy.
And I will not fight. Power load. Watch me explode.
Give him a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen, and give our bullfighter a hand as well. Getting that cowboy out safe to safety. Our bullfighters, Wyatt Rupert, Dane Zick, working well together this afternoon, saving lives. And that's 3 cowboys of road bulls, 3 cowboys throwing down to the ground. As we get ready for some more bull riding action here this afternoon in this first section, the ladies need to be able to see that puppy shooting it over. Give them a big round of applause and give the bullfighters a hand as well, ladies and gentlemen. entertainment and yours as well. First barrel race to go is the young Kristen Wallace of Mount Curry, the first cowgirl to go. Whenever you're ready, young lady, we are ready for you. Kristen Wallace, Mount Curry cowgirl. Kristen Wallace, 100 round barrel number 1 towards the grandstand for barrel number 2. Left hand turn on 2. Little black horse working well for the young cowgirl. Looking at the number 3 barrel. Give her a big round of applause. She heads it home today with a running time of 16.202. Traveling a long way from a family to be here this weekend. This young cowgirl can ride some of the top barrel horses we have available in Western Canada. Nice turn on number 1, left-hand turn is over. She's got her eyes on for number 2. Down to number 3, Courtney Robinson riding well. Around 3, give a big round of applause. Big Bay horse covers a lot of ground. Drops the clock with a running time of 16.6179. Traveling away to be here to be the champion. She'll be followed by Jessica Eustache on deck. Sue Blatty will be in the hole. Alicia Robinson on the Big Bay Road horse around the number 1 barrel. They're up to across the number 2. Alicia's got a good run happening so far for number 3. And around 3, the big horse working well for her as he heads it on home today with a running time of a 16.400. She'll be followed by Sue Blatty on deck. Kelsey Griffin will be in the hole. Jessica Eustache. Jessica charging hard and fast from the left-hand barrel. Left-hand turn on number 1. That horse leaning in hard going into the horse. The number 2. Nice turn on 2. This could be one of the top runs of the afternoon. Jessica Eustache around 3. Give a big round of applause. She heads it home this afternoon. For a running time of 16.517 of Chase BC judgment. That'll be Sue Blatty. A lady with a great smile on her face, always happy to see cowgirls and cowgirls on the rodeo trail. To give a lot of advice for a rodeo cowgirl. Sue Blatty on the Big Bay horse out and around barrel number 1. Towards the far side for number 2. Dig it in deep, and this cowgirl not wasting any space. Going into that number 3's barrel. That 3 Big Bay working well. For number 3 heading home, Sue Blatty of Chase BC for the running time of 15.646. 15.646 the running time. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as we continue on our roster here this afternoon, the next cowgirl to go, one of your hometown cowgirls, and this lady, ladies and gentlemen, next weekend right here on these very grounds will become a married woman. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Kelsey Griffin, her getting married right here on these rodeo grounds next weekend. She came home to a rodeo, came home to get married as well. Kelsey Griffin out and around barrel number 1. Big Bay horse taking her across that arena. She's looking for barrel number 2. And then down to the far end for number 3. Kelsey Griffin got a good run happening. Give a big round of applause for the young lady, one of your hometown cowgirls, for the running time of 15.607. And that puts her second spot so far with a 15.607. She's sitting in first and second spot. We'll now go down to Arena Stevens, young cowgirl from out of Wisconsin, Alberta, just outside of Grand Prairie. I'll charge her across the arena for barrel number 2, left-hand turn on 2. Arena Stevens, this young lady is a superstar in rodeo. She ropes, she rides, she does a little bit of everything, right from picking up broncs to rodeo judges. She's a superstar through and through. This young lady's 9 times she's qualified for the Canadian Finals rodeo. 8 times she's qualified for the Calgary Stampede. And she was the first Canadian cowgirl to ever win the $100,000 barrel racing event at the Calgary Stampede a few years back, and she's back here to be a champion. Building sights out and around barrel number 2 down to the far end for number 3. Nice turn on 3. Give a big round of applause for the Savinaw cowgirl for the running time today of 15.650. 15.650 is the running time. Looking at about 4 spots so far. The first cowgirl to go in the junior division will be Cassidy Brown. Will be the first cowgirl to go. Cassidy Brown out of Chetwood, BC will be the next cowgirl to go. To be followed by Adrian Eyes on deck. Abigail Robinson will be in the hole. With Cassidy Brown, a young lady from out of Shetland, BC, traveled a long way with her family to be here this weekend. Got about a 6-hour drive ahead of them, headed home, and she heads into the arena with that big Bay Roan horse looking across for barrel number 2 in that cloverleaf pattern. Nice run, Cowgirl, not wasting any space around barrel number 2. Down to the top for number 3. Give a big round of applause. Cassidy Brown takes it home this afternoon for a running time of 16:40. Aisley Knives, the hometown cowgirl. How many out there know Aisley Knives? She's your hometown cowgirl, that good black horse. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I've been announcing rodeos here for about 13 years or more. At the Canoe Mountain Rodeo, every rodeo, this black horse has been here competing in the barrel racing. This is Aisley's Eyes going around for barrel number 2 with a big black horse down to the number 3 barrel. Give her a big round of applause for Aisley Eyes as she heads it on home here this afternoon. For the running time of 19:08:06 and 19:08:06. This is Abby Robinson, Peace River, Alberta cowgirl. The lady that won it all yesterday afternoon in the junior division, headed down for number 2. Nice left turn on 2. Pours on some steam, a little bit overdrive, looking at the number 3 barrel. Give a big round of applause. Abby Robinson charges home with a running time today of a 15:08:62. A 15:08:62. Willow Grey Wolf will be the next cowgirl, we hope. Followed by Alicia Byford on deck. Willow Grey Wolf on a good horse heading across that arena, looking at barrel number 2 of the cloverleaf pattern. Down to the far end for number 3. Give a big round of applause for Willow Grey Wolf charging home here this afternoon with a running time of 18:733 and 18:733. Well, how many out there know Alyssa Byford? She is your hometown cowgirl. She is the last and final junior to go today, trying to beat the running time of 15:08:62. That is a fast time by Abby Robinson. Abby Robinson, the winner yesterday, is currently in the lead at this time from day number 2. Alyssa Byford on the left-hand turn off of barrel number 1. Across that arena, she's got her eyes focused on barrel number 2 so far today to make a right-hand turn on 2. Alyssa opens them up, heads down towards the bucket chutes and barrel number 3 of that cloverleaf shake pattern. Give her a big round of applause, ladies and gentlemen. Alyssa Byford. For the running time today of a 25:787. A 25:787, the running time. This young cowgirl, Sarah Woodland, the next cowgirl. She's 6 years of age, a hometown cowgirl. She's only 6 years old, sitting up and looking good. Sorry, 4 years old, this young lady, that's what she told me. She's 4 years old. Sarah Woodland. Out and around 2 to around to the far end for number 3. Sit up, Sarah. Got a big grin on her face as she heads into the 3rd and final barrel. Out and around 3. Give her a big round of applause for young Sarah, a hometown cowgirl. Well, we're running down a 42:192 and a 42:192 the early time. But I'll go down to the little lady from out of Grimshaw, Alberta. That'll be Hannah Leach. Grimshaw, Alberta cowgirl. We saw her brother earlier in the mini bareback bronc riding with young lady turn to shine in the barrel racing. She's a top contender in rodeo all across North America. That's right, she competes in both British Columbia and Alberta, and a force to be reckoned with. There's a young Hannah Leach, Grimshaw, Alberta, hard charging in hard for barrel number 1. Nice turn on number 1. This little lady can ride a fast horse as she heads into the number 2 barrel. Left-hand turn on 2. Down to the far end for number 3. Hannah's got a good run happening. Give her a big round of applause. Nice clean run, Hannah Leach. Well, the running time today was 17.737. A 17.737. All right, Calvin, we're going to be Rebecca Stevens, and the Robinson girls better be watching out. Look over your shoulders, ladies, because Hannah Leach is coming for you guys in a few years' time. As we get ready for Rebecca Stevens. Rebecca Stevens out of Clearwater will be the last and final barrel racer for 2018 here at the Canoe Mountain Rodeo. How you folks enjoying the rodeo this weekend? Well, ladies and gentlemen, we hope to see you all back here again next year for 2019. Hopefully an even bigger crowd, a lot more competitors will what the main game is. And this is young Rebecca Stevens before we go down to the bucket chute for the final section of the bull riding. Rebecca Stevens on a good horse, looking at barrel number 1, left hand turn on the left hand barrel. Down across that arena for number 2, right hand turn on 2. Rebecca Stevens looking good as she heads down to the final barrel. Hurricanes a stopwatch this afternoon. Right hand turn on 3. Give a big round of applause. Rebecca Stevens heading home to stop the clock today. Well, the running time at 23.055. 23.055. Ladies and gentlemen, that completes our barrel racing for 2018. And the winner of the Pee Wee Barrel Racing event goes to Hannah Leach out of Peace River, Alberta, with a running time of 17.737. That's Brandon Daniel. Judges tabulated scores, and each judge should give them a possible 50 points. And they tabulate scores for Brandon Daniel. Good riding, young man. And the judges tabulated score for Brandon Daniel. We go with Kevin Wallace, to the next young cowboy. And he is proving to be one of the top contenders. This young man in the past has qualified for the Indian National Finals Rodeo down in Las Vegas, Nevada. Well, this young cowboy is on his way to being a champion possibly once again. Headed to Las Vegas possibly once again for this young man. This is young Kevin Wallace, his first year riding bucking bulls and a force to be reckoned with. His first year, ladies and gentlemen, riding bulls, it was down in Armstrong. Out of Bull Riders Canada. Bull riding event that this young man won that event and took home the money in the bull riding. Well, he's here today to be the champion as well. He's on a bull they call Schizo. Ladies and gentlemen, those of you along the fence lines, please back away as this bull does live up to that name, Schizo. Victim to FBGM and an old score for the Cowboy. Oh, so far only one qualified ride, that's Brandon Daniel. Well, that's 79, the only guy to make a qualified ride this afternoon. Our next Cowboy to go will be Ryan Spurry. It'll be the next Cowboy to go on a bull they call Triple Threat.
It's harder than it looks, it's a long way to the top if you want to rock and roll.
When you see that cowboy throwing down to the ground, that was Ryan Reed on a bull called Triple Threat. Once again, this is Dakota McCall, a young man from Astroff, on a bull they call Smoking Pistol. Mr. Antoine, can you please back away from the bucket chute? Thank you. The ladies up here need to see that chute when it opens. Cowboy throwing down to the ground with a no score. That's what that 8-second ride should have ended. And ladies and gentlemen, along the fence, be careful. That bull will hit a fence. He will hit a pedestrian. He loves bullfighters. A 79-point ride. So far, the only qualified ride in the bull riding.
Oh, we ain't gonna take it.
He's already rode a bull, and he's now here to try the bull they call Jagged Edge. Jagged Edge is the 2017 BCRA Bull of the Year. This cowboy is here to try to ride him for an 8-second ride. This is Brady Smith, a young man from Silver Creek, BC, and a cowboy that can ride almost any bovine that calls itself a bull. You're going to see the young man in action this afternoon. This is Brady Smith.
Said a word, not a mind. Bam a lamb, the damn thing gone blind. Bam a lamb, I said, oh, Black Betty. Bam a lamb, whoa, Black Betty. Bam a lamb.
Give my hand, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Brady Smith, the young cowboy from Silver Creek, BC. Michael Taylor, a little bit disoriented over there, guys. You might want to keep a heads up on him. Give the man a big round of applause from Michael Taylor. Having a little bit of tough luck and a no score. Stopwatch down on the ground and a no-score Cowboys. Close, but not enough, ladies and gentlemen. You guys had a good trip, man. And ladies and gentlemen, that completes our bull riding here this afternoon. The winner of the bull riding event, ladies and gentlemen, goes to Brandon Daniel. Give him a great big round of applause. Brandon Daniel, the young man and the sole winner of the bull riding this afternoon. Ladies and gentlemen, that completes our rodeo for 2018. If you've been drinking, please don't drive. Find yourself an alternative ride home. We hope to see you all back here in 2019 for an even bigger and better rodeo.